Everyone loves a good antagonist, right? Someone that opposes the main character, able to up the stakes and ante, whether that be on a deeply personal level or the hero just needs someone to smack around this week. They are integral to many great series and are often fan favorites. What's better than one despicable degenerate, you may ask? At least 6 of them. All of the best heroes have a rogue gallery, a plethora of haters with unique motivations and dynamics. This is no different in cartoons. Many of them have a colorful cast of villains that, for better or worse, help shape the narrative around their series. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top antagonists in 4 shows and discuss why they all work to make their series what it is, and more importantly, why I enjoy them. This is Cartoon Rogue Galleries, or Cartoon Sinister Sixes, or something, I don't know yet. For this list, there was only one rule: no adaptations of already popular media, i.e. there's no Marvel, DC, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Sonic on this list. Do you really need my half-baked explanation on why Batman the Animated Series has a great rogues gallery?
No! I am evil. Have I made myself clear?
Kim Possible has the most villainous villains on this list. By that I mean none of her enemies have a connection with Kim outside of "this cheerleader keeps stopping all my plans, what the hell," followed by soy rage. Most of her ops only want to take over the world or negatively affect it in some way. Take Duff Killigan and Professor Dementor. They just want to get rich and rule the world. That's real as fuck. Or Senior, and Junior, who are so rich they got bored and started doing villainy for the fun of it. They don't care about Kim. This has nothing to do with her. There are those who have a deeper hatred for Kim and Ron than the others, but that's due to multiple times of them stopping their world-ending plans. Like my favorite villain, Monkey Fist. He hates Ron in particular because 1, Ron hates monkeys, and I mean, look at him. And 2, Ron got mystical monkey powers just like him, thus forever linking him, Ron, Rufus, and eventually Ron's younger sister together in all of his monkey business.
This is real monkey business.
What's this? The video I made on this topic? How did that get there? Winks at camera. And of course I can't talk about Kim Possible villains without mentioning the big 2. They got 2 movies for goodness sake. Dr. Draken and Kim's relationship is kinda personal. Draken is a former college mate of her dad, which inadvertently is the reason he became a villain, so they have a little bit of a connection. This info doesn't get used a lot other than the episode where it's the focal point, but I think it adds an interesting layer to his hatred of now not only Kim, but all Possibles. He's the dumbest genius and I love him for that. He has all that intellect and uses it to mess with a teenage girl neither him nor Shigo can stop. Speaking of Shigo, she is by far the most popular character in this show for reasons.
Man, do I dig a woman who can scrap? I think I'm in love.
Aside from sparking your love for apathetic goth women, she is a great opposition for Kim. When you don't think about the fact she's a grown woman boxing a high school junior, she feels like a representation of what Kim can become if she lets her abilities, potential, and ego go unchecked and fueled by the wrong things.
Time travel, it's a cornucopia of disturbing concepts.
Shigo is the only villain to actually succeed. In A Stitch in Time, she becomes a dictator through time mumbo jumbo, proving why she is the alpha in this series. Eventually, she lost to more time bumbo jumbo and a buff naked mole rat, but she got way closer than any of these bums.
Hank Anchorman reporting from outside the test lab. We're behind this door that reads "No Johnny." Looks like Johnny is hard at work on a maximum. No, extreme maximum. Wait, Johnny to the max season. Here's Johnny.
Johnny has a lot of people that hate him for thwarting their plans. For my video making convenience and no other reason at all his ops came together to make the Johnny Stopping Evil Force 5. Consisting of Wacko, Mr. Mittens and his butler, Brain Freezer, the Mole King, and formerly the Beekeeper, but he's a good guy now. They are a group dedicated to destroying Johnny so he can no longer stop them from doing evil. They're not very good at it, but they get a ribbon for trying. And they're dedicated. Look at the fits, they even got a layer.
Meanwhile, back at the Evil Hall of Evil.
Another notable one is Dark Vegan. I think him and his vegan shenanigans are hilarious. In my last video, I said the villains in Johnny Test were my favorite part of the show. Not so much them individually, but the sheer amount and variety of them. The one I do like individually though is Bling Bling Boy. He's a delusional rich kid who won't take no for an answer. I enjoy him because he's like Johnny if he was more reckless and rich. Johnny is constantly protecting his sister from this maniac's advances, and it shows that even though Johnny can be annoying and self-centered, the people in his life keep him somewhat grounded and he doesn't go off the rails like Tubby over here.
Nobody calls me Tubby.
They don't come anywhere close to the greatness of Kim Possible villains, and they get pretty stale by the end of the show, but I had fun. Isn't that all that matters?
Is that a kangaroo?
What I like about the villains in Kids Next Door is every problem is personal to some extent. Anything a bad guy does is to ruin a kid's day. They're dedicated to their craft and I can respect it.
Respect. Keep real.
People like the Toilet Naders, Count Spankulot, and Night Brace who only exist to hate kids and kid culture in general.
Hey, guys! Ah, gee!
No one hates kid culture more than Mr. Boss. He wants to make every child's life miserable in the pursuit of more profits. He tried to send his workers' daughters to Pluto so they wouldn't have to think about them and keep working. That's vile.
You're sick!
What are you?
One I like in particular is Sticky Beard. He doesn't innately hate kids like the rest, he just loves candy and kids so happen to be his main competition. Since they're competing for resources, kids are his enemies through nature, not blind rage.
You have a passion for the candy, lassie.
Their most dangerous villain is Father and his badass kids. Like the rest of them, he hates kids, but he turns up the intensity to a new level when on screen. Literally, in some scenes, he's melting the world around him out of anger for these kids. He not only wants to ruin kids' fun, but turn them into mindless slaves for the adults like when he was younger. He will get there by any means necessary. His delightful children are mind-controlled K&D operatives. That's just kidnapping. He has no problem shooting fireballs at any kid that dares get in his way, so he will kill them, and his main enemy is his nephew.
I'm your dad's brother, Benedict.
When that was revealed, he said it so nonchalantly. I feel like he knew this whole time that number one was his nephew and just didn't care. My favorite villain is Kree and the teenager organization as a whole, really. It's interesting how they're still kids themselves, but because of the rules, they're almost forced to be enemies of people they were cool with like a year ago. Since their memories get erased on their 13th birthday, they lose all their friends and have to find new ones with the people in their age group. To be friends with people their age, they have to oppose kids, thus making more kid-hating teenagers and kid-hating adults in the future. It's a cycle.
You know I'm not a member of your stupid Babies Next Door anymore. I'm with the adults now.
Kree was an outstanding operative and a role model for the kids next door. Before her fateful day, she understandably didn't want her memories erased, so she left before they could. She soon switched to being an evil teen like the others, but with her knowledge of the K&D still within her and her sister being an active member, she is a real threat to the entirety of the kids next door. One time she got captured on purpose so she could infiltrate the moon base. That's strategy if I've ever heard it, or stupidity, I guess.
This is the kind of super violent Japanese action show where I learn all of my evil babysitting techniques.
Like Johnny, Timmy Turner has an unconventional cast of adversaries, but they all seem to have the same main goal: destroy Timmy Turner. It's insane. The other list of villains had maybe one or a few who wanted to end the main character, but here it's the majority. Dark Laser, the Anti-Fairies, the Pixies, and many more at one point or another wanted to kill this kid. Someone I personally enjoy is Norm the Genie.
Well, I'm off to destroy Canada. They've had it too good for too long.
He doesn't show up in many episodes, but he does get his own special fairy idol, so there's that. I think the genie trope of mixing people's words to twist the intentions of their wish is cool when paired with someone as selfish as Timmy, making the impact even worse, because whatever Timmy wished for from a no-rules genie can't be good.
Today's Art Appreciation Day. Here's the art. I appreciate it!
Mr. Crocker is probably the most iconic character in this series. With his design, amazing poses, and obsessive evilness, it was destined he would be a fan favorite. What makes him funnier is the fact he's right. Fairies do exist, but because of Timmy and time travel, he will forever be a crazy teacher that somehow keeps his job. That's what makes him great. How over the top and aggressive he is with Timmy, he will give him an F for fairies, and let's be honest, Timmy probably deserved it.
I can catch up on my beauty rest. Not that I need any.
Vicky is the worst of them all. Though she can't end his life because it's her job, she will cause the most harm by far. The mystical creatures and aliens don't hold a candle to what this girl's capable of doing to torture and humiliate Timmy. She's the reason he gets fairies in the first place, so without knowing it, she's also the reason he has all these other enemies. Without her doing him so dirty that he needed fairies, he would have never met any of his fantastical foes. She is the nexus point. She does such a good job torturing not only Timmy, but all kids. She got a song made about her. She has to be the GOAT.
Hey, Vicky, you're so icky.
My favorite Vicky moment has to be Channel Chasers, where she becomes a dictator. That's peak Vicky. If I had a nickel for every time one of these characters became a dictator. Shut up. It's never gonna be funny. Please stop trying.
Impossible. Funny is funny.
I love there being deep catalogs of characters. In these cases, having lots of bad guys for the main characters to interact with because it allows them to thrive in different, very specialized situations. Every time you see one of their reoccurring villains, you know what's in store, but you're also waiting to see what twist will be applied to make it as interesting or funny as the first time seeing it. Also, how the hero will overcome any obstacles thrown in their way. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comment section. If you like the format, if you want me to talk about something else, maybe I could do a part 2. I want to get back into doing episode reviews. Just let me know. Yeah, once again, thank you. Thanks for all the subscribes last episode, last video. And yeah, like I said, 2025 world out to the moon. Let's go.